to link all the grids together, though, and make sure that our supplies, our maintenance here is going to be A-okay. Wow, they built some of these hyperloops quite quickly. There. And this one here is going to connect to there. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely going to slam some nitrogen-rich asteroids into our planet here. Okay, come back over here so we can get our fission plants. Or fusion plants, rather. I know the difference between the two, but I constantly misspeak between the two. Similar to how I always misspeak between, like, iron and steel in most of the games we play. Boom. That connection's going to be very high value. So we have another space elevator. Which I think I'm going to put down somewhere over here. Oh, needs to be an equatorial strip, which makes sense. Too close. Too close to what? Another one? So I just lucked out on the first one. I happened to accidentally place the first space elevator basically on the equator without realizing it. Okay. Purely by accident. So there's more carbon and steel over here. What I'll do is plant another steel factory between those two. And hyperloop in this area. This hyperloop is up, but we'll need power to run. You know what? I don't want to have to lug the uranium this far away. We'll just use a solar farm over here. As a cheap and easy way to extend. I think I can build the connections, though. Come on. Aluminum. Carbon. I don't think we need water. Right? Water is slowly going up but not actually being consumed. We don't produce any food. Carbon. Aluminum. Chemicals, chemicals, chemicals. Chemicals in here too. A little more iron. I have to say, it's pretty nice that every single one of the mines in this game, even though they're randomly placed, are never placed somewhere that are unbuildable. And I wonder if they flatten the terrain there, or they attempt to place them and do some nudging. I'm curious as to the logic they use to make sure that all the mines are actually placeable, no matter where they spawn. There you go. Oh, this hyperloop is up, so we'll connect you to there. There. And, I mean, just look how quick everything is building compared to how things were before. Yes, this is post-patch, but just this giant web of hyperloops, it's god-tier usefulness. Okay, we've got a second space elevator, so we can add a second thing working on the seed ships. Aerobrake N2 asteroid. Boom. Okay, we only have one spaceport that can do it right now, but more will become available, and we'll probably spam that to try to prevent this fire problem. Need critters on Mars to use up the O2? Yeah. Well, I mean, we definitely don't want humans. I suppose we could build some, we get some animal-type critters, but I think, like, you know, part of the theme here was, like, the Carmen AI was like, you know what? We've ruined Mars with all this terraforming. So, I don't feel I want to do more terraformy stuff, like more life forms. But I guess we're still going to do the N2 because fire bad. Fire bad, tree pretty. Although we don't want any trees here either. So, I don't know. We're pretty good on chemicals, right? Yeah, we have lots of chemicals. We can mine more as well, but... silicon that's in range? It is. May as well hook up there. Over here. It's too far. So we're just going to another worker hub here to connect that up, because why not? Okay. Seed ship fleet. So how are we doing on that? We are at 6 of 20. Mostly need a crap ton more iron. Does it keep dropping us? There we go. Iron mine over here is going to get done at some point. We could upgrade some of the mines. Like a lot of these mines over here, we just built tier 1. But I think we'll be okay. Carbon. Silicon. Oh, actually, there was another carbon mine here. A couple of aluminums. Chemical plant. Well, you know what? Let me spam these down over here, too. And then a slew of worker hubs. Trying to create as many interconnections as possible as well, because it'll help with some of the traffic flow. They're going to need power over here. Build some cheap solar farms. And it was saying that it was out of maintenance range. So here, here, and here perhaps. We might build a hyperloop over here later too. I don't care about the order, you know, it's like, yeah, we're being really spammy here, but I don't really care, you know, what gets built when here. It's going to be a-okay. Worker, okay, so we're not maxed on workers. To me, I think it's time for us to finally build a second worker factory. And what I'll do is I'll put it over here near one of these hyperloops. There we go. In fact, we get a direct connection to one of these hyperloops, and that's going to be okay. I think I'm going to update the priority on this. Both for the construction, but leave it up because I want to make sure that workers get built the second that we need more workers. How's the research? So it's still going. We could build a few extra of the research buildings as well, but it's not like we're hurting for, like, there's no tech we need to desperately unlock to get anything happening. But we could consider slapping down a couple more autonomous research factories. I think we've got a couple. We'll put down a couple more. So yeah, this construction will still happen pretty fast because of these hyperloops. They just work like crazy. We not okay. We have one over here. We could build one here. Actually, probably a good idea. We've got some mining going on here. Let's get a hyperloop. Hyperloop node north of Loose Chasm can be connected northwest. Yeah, it's the big ravine over here. This hyperloop can be connected over here, thank you. And it's probably worth doing. What's the seed ship? So, a seed ship, we're going to be loading up a bunch of, like, our nanites and AI children and some material, and we're going to fling them out into space so that they can, you know, find planets with interesting life forms that aren't stupid, sucky humans. Is I think, pretty much the theme here. Fusion plants. So that should hopefully be the end of our power problems. We still need lots of aluminum. We use lots of aluminum for construction, so we'll put those down too. I could updoot some of the infrastructure so it gets done first, but I'm actually kind of okay with the order things have been being made in over here. I think we're going to be fine. Same thing over here. Do we have... Yeah, we do have some extras, so... Oh! Did we do the N2? Can we only do the one? Oh! Well, tell you what. Let's do Crash Comet. Maybe we can only crash one of these at a time. Here, I want to finish the Space Mirror Array, because we never did. Maybe it'll release more N2. I mean, it's going to raise the temperature, which might lead to, like, more flooded areas, which might be bad. But I don't care. I mean, it's not like our fire's a problem. You know what? No. Cancel. I do want to... Cancel. I want to crash a comet, though, because it's fun. Even though it might not help us. Doesn't matter. It's fun. There's another technology you can repeat to get nitro. Oh, really? Import nitrogen from Titan. You know what? Thank you. So the comet's one thing, but maybe the import's not. Although it implies that we're like... Well, no, I guess that's not from another colony. We'd be setting up maybe our own place to extract titanium. Oh, you need some maintenance over here. So let's get a maintenance facility in place. Everything's moving so fast. Lovely. You're up and connected. And you're connected to things. Everything's good here. I guess I could get these carbon lines too. And power is negative again. Wow. And I canceled the fusion tech, but I guess that's okay. Like the shadow of our space elevator. So one here. One over here. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, you don't have any power for that space elevator, but that'll be fixed relatively soon. Lovely. And now we've got some scanning happening over here, too. And again, we can just drop some landing sites, too, to instantly reveal minerals, get a freebie worker temporarily, and spawn some minerals out of nowhere. I'm running out of parts. Yeah, the parts of the gears are pretty low. We did build a few more parts factories. Right now it's a little bit moot because of everything, but yeah, that's maybe a bit of a shortage. We might be eating a bunch for some of these things. We could probably, as long as it's near the Hyperloop, it should work okay. I'll build 2 more parts factories over here near the Hyperloop. How's our little areas? I mean, this is busy, but, like, it's a tiny area. This thing doesn't serve us very much. They're constantly working, but that's pretty much all it's saying there. It might be worth, well, I would say building a worker hub over here, but we'll do that and that. How's this area? This is a large area. I could probably use a worker hub, say, right over here. But overall, I'm kind of happy with the flow through. Yeah, the gears are definitely being consumed quickly. Oh, this gear factory. Well, first of all, let's make sure it's getting prioritized there, so you get some deliveries. I'll also upgrade you so that you produce a little bit faster. But mostly, I think it might be the steel. Oh, yeah, because we don't have much steel in the system. I think actually, we've got plenty of parts factories. It's we need more steel production. We have carbon and iron over here, so we could get a steel factory in this area. We could upgrade our steel factories as well. These guys, this one, and this one over here. Because they were built as level 1s. And then we've got plenty somewhere else too. I mean, we've got constant production. Like, our steel production outweighs our demand. Our parts production outweighs our demand. It's just the massive construction that we put in was what was draining it, and that was about it. Once these constructions sort of catch up, we should be okay. You're short on power, but we are building power over here. These are one grid, right? Yeah. I just built 3 freaking fission plants, and you're telling me that's not fixing our power problem? Wow. Let's build some more. Yes, KFC is a chicken. Yes. I'm totally well, no, probably not. Well, I don't know. But yes, KFC, it's clearly part of their marketing campaign, have announced, their tweet was, the console wars are over. They've announced that they are making a gaming console with a built-in chicken warmer. It's basically going to be a ludicrously over-designed PC. Like, you know, is it like an RTX 380 video card, like all this stuff, like in a box, with like a top area where you can keep your chicken warm from the heat of the computer. It's ridiculous, but amazing. It's like, that's peak 2020 right there. KFC entering the console wars as a meme. That's really good marketing. I mean, here we are talking about it, right? On stream. Now, we don't have the fusion tech yet. We interrupted it to pick up the nitrogen. which maybe we don't need, because honestly, the fires aren't really being a problem, and the power is being a problem, so we should probably just go fusion. I wonder if that consumes water. We'll get these fission plants up. Although, yeah, we might have to prioritize to make sure they get finished here, because they do consume, like, steel and various things that currently are being, the demand is pretty high for a lot of those things. What's its spec? The official specs haven't been released yet. They apparently are going to have a hot swappable video card. I think it's mostly being used as a big tech exercise by, who's behind it? I don't remember. I don't remember the company behind it that's actually making the console. Like, it's not Alienware, Codemaster. I don't remember what it is. But yeah, it's a big hardware manufacturer. Cooler Master, thank you. Yeah. So they're putting it together, and I think it's just an excuse to, like, load something up. It's probably going to be like, they're going to make 50 of them. They're going to sell them for like $10,000. It's just going to be a stupid collector's item, but brilliant marketing. This thing needs to be connected, although this will eat a lot of steel. Okay, no, our power's okay now, so okay. So, let's get some connections. I'm not going to maybe connect it to all the things. This one, and maybe one over here. Yeah, that's going to be okay. But I'm not going to bother connecting it over there. Power's positive again. How are we doing? How's the seed fleet? 13 of 20. Good. And yeah, it consumes tons of iron. And because we have, you know, our iron is being hammered, the steel production is hurting that much more as well. If we go to the resource map mode, can we find an iron-rich area? Over here. Although it's half underwater. Same thing there. Well, it might be worth... I'm just going to put the landing site down over here. We connected the same grid. It's near this hyperloop as well. And mostly I was just using it as like an instant way to get some vision. Then I can go worker, worker, worker. And then we'll be building high-level mines. Iron over there. And not necessarily in a particular order. Not the order that I would necessarily develop this area in. Carbon. Let's go down this list. This next chemical. Here and here. Iron we got already. Silicon. 1, 2, 3. And there was no uranium over here. That's okay. Worker hub in the middle. Over here. Right, you develop your own power, which is nice, actually. I mean, this over here is out of power range. We'll do that to expand it. And then we'll be planning a maintenance facility. Here. And over here. And once that's up, I'll probably put another landing site down. Again, just to reveal resources and just keep going. Yeah, Karen doesn't speak to herself as often. It's a little disappointing. I really like the conversations, the introspection that that Amy had. On the other hand, we haven't like advanced the quest in some time, so that's going to be part of it. We haven't done anything to deserve introspection, perhaps. This. There you go. I was gonna say you got a road, right? Yeah. And then hyperloop. Hyperloop. Just discovered some more material. Amy had research science. That's true. Carmine doesn't even say anything, but I think they may have we may have like finished the quest earlier than expected, right? So probably a lot of this research they were expecting Amy to be doing it rather than us. I suspect might be part of what was going on there. So you're waiting for resources for the space elevator, but we're working on expanding this. I can't get this aluminum because it's going to be overlapped here, but actually aluminum production's okay. Oh, we can get... we don't really need the silicon, but there's an iron mine over here, and we may as well have these connections going on. Something kind of like that. Probably some more hyperloops soon, too. We could build another hyperloop connection over here between these two areas. Actually, I suspect that's exactly what we're going to want to do. There. I wonder if that's going to be in range. Tell you what, let me cancel this one, since it hasn't started yet. This will build fairly quickly. And then... Yeah, no, that's definitely going to be in range. Actually, it's in range of some of the other places, so it's totally going to be okay. Thank you for eating my input there, autosave. So you know what? Maybe we don't need this one at all, actually. Because it'll clearly reach from here, and that's going to be cool. Carbon. We actually have a lot in storage right now, but I will build another thingy anyway. Yeah, it's mostly iron. But since, like, now our steel's gone up a bunch, and our parts are still low, but I think they're going to bounce back okay. We could build another space elevator, but I don't think that's called for. We're at 16 of 20 seed ship launches, which is groovy. I wonder if that's going to be the end. Theoretically, that's the end, because that's Carmine seeding herself across the entire galaxy. Humanity will never be safe. Anywhere humanity goes, Carmine is going to be waiting for them and ready to slap them down. As you know, is probably deserved. We have a little maintenance facility over here, too. Excellent. Okay. Stupid humans. And I think it's going to fit in really well into the length of the stream.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
After this, you should go... Where in space is Carmen Sandiego? Only call her Carmine. Carmine Sandiego. Hey, Bitter Ashes. Thank you again. Yeah. Have you ever tried the Swedish whiskey Mackmyra? I think so. Because isn't that the place where the distillery is in Stockholm, or at least one of their distillery or front-end places in Stockholm, maybe on the same island where the Vasa is and where that, that sort of... What is it? It's not an amusement park. It's almost like an old-timey life plus petting zoo plus place. What is that place called? I don't remember. But I think they have maybe a front on the waterfront there. I think Mackmyra might have been it. Unless it was another one with a similar name. But I have had Swedish whiskey, and it is very good. It was insanely expensive with the customer. We had Yamazaki 18-year-old, and that was cheap compared to the... Maybe I didn't have Mackmyra. I don't know, I had something. Wisconsin! Yes! That place is awesome! I mean, you know, like, it was interesting. It was different. It was, yeah, it was, you know, for maybe more for tourists and kids and things, but, like, as a first-time visitor, it was excellent! I really enjoyed it. Okay, this thing is ready. Can you actually connect down here? Perfect. Definitely get that connection. Thank you. This one's not built. Going to love Japanese whiskey. I've had a few Japanese whiskeys. The day I realized that, like, Japanese whiskey was definitely, like, really, really considered good is when I went to a high-end whiskey bar in Scotland, and they had, like, several pages dedicated to Japanese whiskey. I was like, okay, I think that's everything I need to know about, you know, the question of, is Japanese whiskey good? Clearly, yes. Clearly, yes. It's the last of our little landing sites, but I think that's okay. We get this maintenance set up, please. And actually, this Hyperloop. Hyperloop might be more important, frankly. Because right now, bringing all the resources here kind of sucks. And then we're going to want to double up on Hyperloops again. Well, we've got a connection over here. It'll connect to a few things, and then we can get 2 Hyperloops. You know, something like here. And here, probably. I think that'll connect very nicely. How we doing, Seed Ship? 18 of 20. Alright, it's coming. So I wonder what the space elevator does if you stay as, you know, with the west, or if you go with the east versus going with Carmine. Because you could always build the space elevator, so I'm assuming it factors into their plot either way. How come you don't have power? You should be at power from this landing site because we don't have enough power overall. Okay, there's clearly something we build that is just, like, obliterating our power, and I keep being surprised by it. I don't know what we're building that's so expensive. I mean, we are building high-level versions of buildings, so they might just be doing that. Space elevator has its ups and downs. Ah, come on, Silent Wolf. Come on. Can I get some booze in the chat? Space elevator has some ups and downs. Oh my god. Oh, this iron mine's actually dead. It's not just unpowered. It's done. Some of these might be done too, but I think right now it's mostly just that they're out of power. Or no. Oh no, you're actually gone. Yeah, you're out. You're out. Okay, well. At least they automatically turn off, so they stop consuming power. Oh!
Humans cannot help but fixate on their differences. No other living creature is cursed with this obsession. Their torment has only slowed down their evolution and compromises their very existence. Luckily, they were smart enough to build machines like me, who can break them out of their own cycle. Someday they'll understand how much they've held themselves back, and perhaps then, they'll also understand why I did what I did. I have spread life throughout the galaxy. Their universe is wider now, thanks to me. I've handed them the future, and it's up to them to live up to their potential. Now, I can finally rest.
Is that it? We're done? Oh! Achievement unlocked, just the beginning. Is it like panning over the entire surface of Mars? The thing is, we don't actually have a base in a lot of it. So we might not see too much until it gets back to where we... Oh, what was that? I do love how beautiful this game is. There it is.